Okay, looks like we're running live. Hello, Christina. All right, we're going to adjust the camera here in a sec so that you see what I'm working on and not my beautiful face. Just making sure I got all the parts out. All right, let's adjust you. All right, so, okay. Sorry, just getting everything in its proper places so I can actually see it, all that kind of stuff. And we just need this. We'll just use that to prop up the back a little bit. There we go. Hey, Leroy. All right, so last week I didn't get to finish bag 5. Everything and anyone kept popping in. So we're just going to be finishing up bag 5 and then run bag 6 and 7 today. Bag 5 is actually nearly done. It's just basically finishing up this door here, putting it on to the Ecto-1 itself. So just lining the top with parts at the moment. I haven't seen you around lately. Christina, how are you doing? Did you have a good Christmas with your family, hopefully? I was actually at a friend's house just a little bit ago helping them move. And now we're home again. So, yeah, it was good. Good to see them. Make sure they were, up and kicking still. That's always nice. All right, so this door is actually just about done. I think it just gets set on now. It's one of the front doors. So let's move this stuff over a little bit. And then that just snaps on right here. Like that. And, gives us a nice opening door. I think I talked about it last week, but I love how they kind of have the hinge in here, the way it's set up. So that when you open it, it actually works kind of like a car door hinge would. I thought that was a really nice touch. All right, so we'll move that off to the side. I think we're building the other door, and then that'll actually be a good portion of the sides of the car done. So it's just basically a mirrored build of the last door. With the main difference being that it does not have to interact with the door behind it. It just has to swing around it. And this time we'll put these pieces on properly. Last week I did not do too well on building the door anyways. I was distracted by everything and everyone. I've been doing actually lives weekly. Every Sunday I've been going live for the last little while. Nothing too exciting, just spending some time relaxing, putting things together. All right. Yeah, like I said, I was helping a friend, move some stuff into his house today. He had to wait to move into his place because it was one of those prefab, not prefabs, but one of those what do you call them? Not gated community, but you know what I mean, something like that. And they had to finish building his purchase because he purchased a house before the community was finished. So we had to wait for that to finish, and then today he basically finished moving all the furniture and stuff in. There it is. It's all right. Nothing to apologize for. Like I said, this is Me, more than anything else, this is kind of just me wasting time and relaxing, and um, I'm enjoying it. It's a way for me to interact with my nephews and nieces. They sometimes pop on here, which is part of why I started doing it. Don't think we're going to see any of them this week. They've been all busy with Christmas stuff. And then yesterday was actually Lego had, they were calling it the Build With Me, I think it was. Hashtag Build With Me or something like that. For all those people who bought Lego sets and stuff like that. I did get Kiddo a Harry Potter Lego set for Christmas. I got her the astronomy tower, which was the last bit she needed for it. She has all the other the Harry Potter stuff that they started putting out again for the castle. I am actually thinking about making that one of my build videos. One point is to take all the castle apart and just build it as one long, build to make it a whole castle, because it's actually quite long when you put it together. It has the dining area. There's the astronomy tower. There's dining area. There's the room of requirement. There's the entrance that comes with the Whomping Willow. There is the potions area, I want to say. I can't remember too well on that one, but there's 2 or 3 big parts. There's a couple of little parts in the middle to stretch it out. Like I said, it's actually quite long. Which set did you get her? Do you remember? Where you at? Missing one little. There it is. So missing one little white square. I can't find. Yeah, I got my nieces and nephews. Let me make sure. Yeah, they're not on there. Nieces and nephews Lego sets for Christmas as well. And then I got a Switch, not a Switch, but a game for the Switch that my nephews just got for Christmas this year. So I got them something to play on it together, so that they'd have to play together for it. It's like a 2-player game, because I'm an evil uncle, and I expect them to enjoy things like that together. I'm actually in Kiddo's chair that she usually uses for her online classes. So I rolled it into the kitchen yesterday, so I stole it since it was still in here. It's actually really comfortable. I kind of want it for my office. Ooh, that's cool. Telescopes are always fun, though. So like this. This goes here, and we put it on like so. Like that. When I was much younger, probably elementary school age, I used to want a telescope for my birthday and stuff. Not because I could really use it. I probably would be really bunk at using it, but just because I thought it would be kind of interesting to have and play with. As a kid, you think everything is to play with. Right there. And right there. It's actually going together quite quickly, which is nice. All right, and then this goes here. So because this is actually the Ecto-1 that's from the 3rd movie, as I've told a lot of people who've seen it, since you're new, I'll show you the features. It has some features that are going to be featured in the movie, and then it came with stickers that I didn't put on here for rust. because I don't want my Ecto-1 to be rusty, because the Ecto-1 is a beautiful vehicle and it deserves better than that. How dare they make it rusty and stuff like that, complaint. I'm actually looking forward to the film. I've seen a couple of commercials recently. I actually avoid a lot of that kind of stuff. This is my Christmas tablecloth. I haven't taken it off the table yet because I'm lazy. And the moment I take it off the table, I got to start cleaning up the rest of the Christmas stuff. At least that's how I view it. So it's going to stay on here for a little while longer. But I've seen some stuff for the upcoming film. I really haven't looked in it too deeply just because I don't want to ruin the experience of seeing it, because I really hope it's a good one. So I want to basically see it, unspoiled. All right, almost done with this door too, actually. I think I am missing something here. All right, one sec. I am. There should be one more white square, it looks like. All right. Come on, you come off. Let's see here. So there should be one more white square. I'm not seeing it. Uh-oh. That's never a good sign. All right, well, let's do this. You can go out here. And then you'll go here. We'll put together what we can for it real quick. This white piece will go along here. And then we put this at the end. So I probably have this piece in another bag that's in front of me here, so I'm just going to grab it out in just one sec before I get too far. The yellow thing in here, like I think I've mentioned it, it's going to be used to attach windows to the rest of the vehicle. All right, almost to the point where I have to go dig in for that piece. And a red bar. All right, bag. We'll just pour out bag 6 then one time. All right, so bag 6. That. And we should have a white square in here. If not, I will have to actually run upstairs real fast to go grab one from the box I have with parts in it. And I do not. All right, guys, give me like 2 seconds. I got to run upstairs to my office to grab a white square for this. I'll be right back. 1 second. Didn't realize I was missing a piece. I've got my box of almost all white parts. I say almost because there's like a hot rod in there. I've got the Ghost Rider's car, Slave 1 canopy, all kinds of fun stuff in here. Little roadster. Let's see here. piece. So I put everything directly into the bag, so I was taking them out so I wouldn't lose pieces. Oh, I forgot I had that. I had the what's it called? I forgot I had it until I just saw a part for it. But I have the Tiberium or whatever it is, the transport ship, the big white gray transport ship that the Emperor uses. That looks kind of like a giant triangle. So I just found a part for that in here too. All right, I know I have 8 billion parts, but come on. Let's get this out of the way. Let's get these out of the way. I just saw it. Oh, come here. Oh, I was wrong. This will work. If nothing else, that'll work. Nope. Okay. I had a bunch of the spare parts in a box that I thought I might still have out, but I didn't see it behind me. No. Didn't even think about it. So this is actually a really cool piece. This came on the Star Destroyer that I got my son years and years and years ago. Got a snake for something. Like, I have all kinds of really interesting pieces in here. Like ninja flags. I've got this is actually from Ninjago, I believe. The Ninjago series. Little skull. I had some stuff in here that was really cool. I don't know if it's in this box or a different one, but I had a space set that this will work perfect. I had a space set that if you took like a red sonar dish and swung it over the space set piece, it would highlight one thing, and if you took a blue one and swung it over, it would show something different. So there we go. And then this just gets slided onto the car on the side. But yes, I have 8 billion and one Legos upstairs, so I'm almost never out of a part. It's just finding it. A lot of times it means organizing more parts than I care to. All right, so we're going to need to pull this guy up, and we are working where in it? Towards the back. All right, you guys, scoot over. I have two large, let me turn it actually so you can actually see inside of the car here. I've got two large green, what's it called? Recycling bins full of sets that need to be taken apart and put away properly. Got all kinds of stuff just waiting for someone to actually care enough to go through and organize it. And that someone is me, and as you can tell, I did not care enough. All right, so there's that, and then we need you. Goes here. And this goes on here. All right, and then we need a 3 long gray. There. Bag 7 has, I think, the first of the wheel wells for the front of the car. So bag 7 is when the front of the car is actually going to start looking like the front of a car and not that. Oh, I wanted to show, before I forget, I wanted to show Christina one of the features that this car has because it's based on the third movie. So the third movie, there's going to be a swing out seat for a gunner seat right there. So that's included in this. Which is why this back door opens and the other one doesn't. These just open because, you know, cars need front doors. Apparently. I guess that's a thing. And then I want to show this off too. I don't know if I showed it off last time, but so you can drop something out of there. You can lock this part into place. There's like a clip right here that if you put it in all the way, it locks, and then it's actually kind of tough to. Oh no! Wow, it's actually pulling off without this part falling apart. Last time I tried to do that, I couldn't get it to work, so I must have loosened it enough by playing with it. All right, we are looking at. This is actually a really cool piece. I like these kind of snot pieces, studs not on top, where it has that and that. I find them interesting because you can do a lot with them. This is part of how a lot of times they'll do builds where it builds off the side, like just like this one is kind of doing, even though it's not going to stay this way. Okay, and then where are you going? Going in here. Oh, you go back on where? Here. And this is going to attach here, like that, for the back door. Oh, I got it backwards though. I'll switch this around like this. And then this is for the back door that'll go here. And then we are building a little further up on top. It's a black square, which will go here. And we need 1 4 long. 3 4. And that. All right. We're going to do a mirrored build that's actually on the other side. Finally on this side, which is the this yellow bit here. And these. And then we need this one, which is going to go up here, it looks like. No, here. And then this one goes here. And we need this. A slope. Yeah, I don't know if the Duke boys would like a swing out seat like that. All right, let's move you out of the way for a minute. And we start building with this. This was actually interesting when I built it. I actually recall this because it was something that was kind of different. So they're going to use jumper bricks here with the studs in the middle to offset the 3 long, so that it doesn't sit exactly like. If I was to line this up properly, it doesn't sit. It sits between the studs like that, which I thought was a very interesting thing that Lego did, because usually they try to make it when I build sets, I find they usually try to make it so that it's not offset like that, just because if you go to put it like on a wall, right, they won't offset it too much, because then you have to offset the next step with more jumper plates. The Duke boys use doors. That's how they get in and out of houses, unless they're jumping in and out of windows there too. God, the Duke boys, yes. Still love that show. Like this one is actually going to now offset it a little bit again, so that it's actually lined up with these underneath. So using a different type of jumper plate. So it's, like I said, it's just an interesting method that they're using, that it's not something that I see them do too often. I kind of like it. And then we get this. This was I don't remember seeing a piece like this until I built this set. I probably have a couple of these in my boxes, but I just don't recall them too well. Where it's meant to stick on a wall, and then you have like a shelf, which I thought was kind of cool. Or you could stick it on the ground, I guess, but it's different. I don't recall seeing a part like that. And I think that's my favorite thing about this set so far is that there's been a couple of pieces that almost betrayed expectations in the fact that I wasn't experienced with them. So this is actually going to fit in here. Like so. I did something wrong. Yes, maybe. What did I do? This is built right. Yeah. It should fit here. Oh. Nope. All right. I did something. What did I miss? Oh, what did I do wrong here? Oh. That's what I did wrong. Okay. Right. This goes here for sure, right? Yes. Okay. Oh, I know what I did wrong. I know what I did wrong now. I'm a doofus. That goes on this piece. Couldn't figure out why nothing was lining up proper. So that this will fill in there. Yeah, like I said, there's a couple of pieces like that in here that are either pieces that I've seen, but I don't really own any of, like this piece, where it's got studs on both sides, studs on the front, studs on the top, but nothing on the back. I have a piece similar to this, but it has studs on the back as well. I have seen studs or pieces similar to this in the brickhead sets, but it's like this, where there's no studs on the side. The brickheads sets were actually pretty good for having some rarer parts. And those were kind of cool. I think they have a Baby Yoda brickheads out right now with the Mandalorian. Thank you, Cristiano. I'm definitely probably the one of the biggest kids I know, but that's because I've learned that being a little childish keeps you out of trouble, and you don't. There we go. You don't find yourself for lack of things to do by being a little childish. It's actually an enjoyable way to live if you let yourself have fun. Too many people don't let themselves have fun. All right, we are building. So on one side, there is like some electronics and stuff like that, and we're basically doing the same thing on this side now. We're going to put in like little electronics. Square. And then I need this. Goes. This is one of my. I don't know why, but I always like this printed piece. The speedometer. It's used in so many different sets for so many different things that it's actually not all that rare, but it is definitely a favorite piece of mine. I don't know. Some of the printed pieces are always a little fun to have. All right, you. All right, where is you at? Okay. I see how it is. Does that even get a thing? There it is. Somehow the dark gray blended into the green of the table. You don't. You don't need to. need to give yourself an excuse to watch cartoons. Don't worry. You're always allowed to watch cartoons. In fact, some cartoons are actually aimed at adults. Like, Simpsons. And then this goes here, right? Yes, maybe. I can't tell. Further back, it goes here. All right, so that's actually going to go in to this section here and then just tilt it back so it fits better. So, yeah. I think that's another kind of sad thing is it gets all these like cool little bits and bobs in the back and you don't really see them unless you know to look for them. So we're going to build another one in the back here. So this, does it get a, yes, it does this. Then it gets a clock, which they show going like this, like that. And then it just gets, where you at? I saw 3 of you. There's one. That. And that's it. And then it goes in next to the other bit there and there. So that's in the back. Just hiding out. And then we are building a little computer thing to go in there too. We can move that off the way. Something was beeping. I actually just finished watching. What did I watch? Oh man, I can't even remember what it was now. Must not have been that interesting after all. But I just finished watching some show. That's the whole point, Christina, is honestly just to relax. That is exactly what the point of this whole live is to do. It's not meant to hype anyone up or anything like that. It's just to relax, chill out, chat with people, chat with my nephews and nieces if they pop on, chat with friends here and there, keep out of trouble. All right, so this actually has some really cool look parts. They're using little hinges, these little hinge things, to give it like almost like handles, which I thought was kind of fun. And then we put light gray in there. I think that's the main thing I like about this set is there's, like I said, it's just a lot of little details that just make it a little fun. And then we're going to put these on. Where's it at? There it is. And then these go across the top and across the middle. This part kind of reminds me of what was it? I think I told Leroy about this a while back, but one year my wife got for me the Batman, the Adam West Batman Batcave set that they came out with a while back. And I like how some of this just kind of makes me think of that set. I had to take it apart when we moved, so I got parts of it in a bunch of different boxes. One day I might put it back together if I have space for it. So it was cool though. You had there was a piece made to be like the bust from the show that you would open and hit the button to open up the bookcase to let the Batman and Robin slide down the poles. Oh, come here, you. So this is actually going to fit over this piece that is jutting out a little bit, like that. And just there you go. So that is all the little electronics that end up back there on that side there. And then what are we building now? Now we're finishing up a seat. The other back seat. just like this. Let's see. There we go. So the the dog got extremely spoiled over Christmas. Um, I kind of kept throwing. I had a bunch of meatballs and like summer sausage and stuff like that, and I may or may not have been throwing it at him or near him on the floor, like it was being dropped. And so now, anytime I'm eating some kind of sausage or something, the dog keeps coming to me and looking at me like, "Hey, is that one going to be mysteriously dropped on the floor for me, like you did all Christmas?" Which is kind of bad because I was the one person he didn't beg from in the house, and now he's like, "Oh, so you're free game too, huh, Dad? You couldn't resist." But he's my boy. Okay. And then this is going to go in front of these seats here. Like that. So I don't know if it's set up this way because they plan on having like 5 Ghostbusters, or like I said, I'm trying my best to avoid it, but because it's based on the third movie, there's a swing out chair, there's a back seat here, there's this back seat, and then there's the 2 front seats. So I'm curious if that means that there's plans for there to be 5 Ghostbusters instead of 4, or I've just been. Oh, not yet. Not yet. What am I doing? I've just been hypothesizing for myself that, there's might be an extra Ghostbuster, or maybe it means that Aykroyd is supposed to be kind of chilling with them. And so he's doing like ride-alongs, I guess. I have fun trying to figure out why there might be extra stuff in here. So I don't know if I mentioned this or not. I probably have, knowing me. The set actually caused. They had to make announcements for it too about some of the equipment for the show. They because Lego's releasing it. Maybe a spot for Slimer. I kind of doubt that one, Leroy, just for the way this series is. But yeah, so they had, because of the fact that they were releasing this Lego set, Paramount did have to kind of admit about some of the stuff that people had been hypothesizing about, like there being a remote controlled, because of some pictures that got leaked. Apparently, there was ideas that there was a remote controlled ghost trap. And this set actually comes with, the reason why this dropout panel here is in the back is so that when you're driving and you're playing with it, you can just pull this out and open the trap, and a remote controlled ghost trap is supposed to drop out. So they had to say, yeah, the ghost trap is a thing that we are doing. Which, okay, cool. I understand. Lego is actually been known to kind of ruin things like that here and there, not on purpose, but because it's included in the sets, because the designers who design Lego sets get to see certain aspects of upcoming movies and such that we don't get to see, like the plans or whatever for the Ecto-1, like the production plans. And so they might see a part that has a very cool gimmick to it or whatever that they'd like to include. And so if they're releasing the set before like a movie or something comes out, a lot of times there are spoilers in the set. That happened for the Avengers movies, actually, for some of the sets. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it released. Oh man, what was it? I can't remember for the life of me now. But they released a set and it had an action figure or something in there. Not an action figure, a minifigure in there that gave away one of the characters that had not been talked about at all. I think it was War Machine. Of course, people had been talking about it because there was probably some kind of leak or whatever, but it hadn't been officially announced. And then it dropped in the official Lego set based on the movie. Which I always think is kind of funny when they do stuff like that because it's definitely not being done on purpose, but it is amusing when the production company has to be like, yeah, that is a thing. It is a thing we are doing. And then everyone has to look at Obama and say, thanks, Obama. Because if he hadn't released that Lego set, that goes there. So the kind of nice thing about this part is this triangle piece is actually got a little bit of a lip on it. So when you put this on, it fits behind the lip and holds it in place, which is nice because you don't have to worry about knocking this part off somehow. And then this is actually a really cool step that's about to happen. That when I did it, I was very pleased by it. So what we're actually going to build is the rear light assembly, basically, that is on the tail fins for the Ecto-1. It's a good spot for Slimers. I think Slimers should go in the jump out seat. That way, if something happens, Slimers can't get injured if the chair gets ripped off. You can just kind of float away. But yeah, so this piece ended up being really cool. This is, like I said, it's like a light assembly for the tail fin. Because even though it has the rear lights here, if you remember, there's all those rear lights that are also on the tail fin. And this piece that I'm building now is actually going to end up being that, which I really, really enjoyed. When I made it the first time, I was like, oh, that's how they're going to do it. Because I thought they were just going to do one of those, like, oh, let's just stick a piece here and you can stick a little triangle light on there or something. No, they took it a step further, and I was pleased as punch, as they say. Did I do something wrong? No. How do I keep coming up with missing parts when I really was careful about this? All right. Well, let's see here. Cannibalize parts here from other sets in a minute if I have to. Oh, that's probably what happened. Found it. All right, so now we need. Oh yeah. Okay, not this, not this. Where'd it go? I saw it. Oh man, there is one step that I did not enjoy. I like the finished look for it, but I did not enjoy doing the step that's going to be coming up, seeing these parts in here. The front grille on the Ecto-1 is also extremely well detailed for being a Lego set. And hey, Torn, how you doing? And the way they did it is, and I'll actually show you in a second here the part. The way they did it is to take little skates that they have for Lego figures, like the minifigs. That goes there. And you're going to stack a whole bunch of these little tiny pieces here, little skates, to make the front grille. Stay in my finger. There. Where is it? I can't. There it is. That right there. That tiny little piece there is going to be what is used. All right, 1, 2, to make up the grill. I think there is 40 or something of them. There's way too many of them, we'll put it that way. It was worth it in the end because the grill looks fantastic when it's finished. Hey, Rockman, how you doing? The grill looks awesome when it's all finished, but getting it to that point was just a pain and a half. So let's see here. It's just about done with the tail fin lights. There's that. And this, there it is. There we go. That'll go on here. And this will go on the other one. Like that. Then we need these. And then there should be 2 more. 1, 2. Okay. So, all right, where are you at? So many little parts now. I love it. Okay, so tail lights. Oh, apparently I couldn't get this part a piece. Or this piece apart. This part a piece. Wow. But yeah, so the tail light assembly is about to go on. We'll just go ahead and get that going here. So like this. So that's... They end up almost looking like little mini bazookas. And we're going to stick them on the tail fin. Here. Oh. Yeah, here. All right, what's going on? Did I put it together backwards? I put it together backwards a little bit, it looks like. All right. Easy fix, though. Okay, so... There we go. I think that's the only problem sometimes when you're doing parts that are very similar in color, is if you don't pay enough attention to them, you're going to screw up. And that's exactly what I did. Again, screwed up again. All right, so take these off. Ugh. All right, so this, there. All right, let's try this again, this time correct. Okay. There we go. We're going to pretend that I didn't make the mistakes I just made, because I don't make these kind of mistakes. It's not allowed. Get on there, you. Get on there. Why you give me problems, peace? There's that. That. But yeah. And there. And then this will connect up to the front one, like that. There we go, fixed. Never happened. There's never an error. So, there. And then you can stick it on here. Like that, and it swings down like that. So. And then what will happen is it's going to get a piece across the top that actually kind of covers it up and just makes it look real nice and pretty. So I quite liked it. All right. So we're going to make sure that this side is put together properly. You know, not that I made a mistake. I just was waiting for you guys to, recognize for yourself and call me out on it. You know, want to see how many of you were paying attention in the class. And unfortunately, none of you were. So nobody passes. That's unfortunate. It makes me sad. But I guess that's just kind of how it has to go now, right? All right. Fixed. A lot faster than I fixed the other one. And we'll throw it on the other side here. Like that. All right. And then are we going on to build the rest of the fins? Yes, we are. All right. So nice long piece. These are always fun to have. If you get if you get a chance to run to like the Lego store, these pieces, like the really long pieces, usually go fast, as well as the tile plates will go quick, and they're bins of the week kind of deal. And that's just because they are very useful for people who are doing like mock builds. Like that. So it just kind of sandwiches in there, ends up looking really nice. It's a very, very Cadillac fin on that one. Even, for me, who's not really a car guy, recognizes it as iconic to Cadillacs of the era. All right. I might have to cannibalize you. That's okay. That's what it's there for. There we go. And there we go. So there you go. Tail fins. Like I said, I quite like how they look. They come out real nice. Very iconic to the vehicle. Very iconic to the design of the vehicle and all that kind of stuff too. So this, to me, was probably my favorite part of building this vehicle all together. Was what's going to end up being the engine area, because they do a lot of very interesting things that I did not expect to see, because usually they just kind of go, okay, well, you're going to make basically a box. On that box, you're going to stick some parts that make it kind of look engine-y, and we're going to call it a day. This one, they did a lot of really fine details on. So we're going to take this. I need silver. Yes, 1 silver. Let's go on the bottom of it. And then on the top is a gray. And where are you at? Move some pieces to the side so I can see a little better. Like this part here, you are going to hook up to a battery and give it actual battery cables. It's going to have the gears, the front gear fan and all that kind of stuff are going to have belts on them. So like I said, a lot of little touches that I did not expect to see. Which may have been by the car company's choice, but to be honest, like I said, a lot of this set, as I've gone through and I've been building it, is just definitely more or less a whoever designed it loved the car itself. So yeah, so like this little, I guess it's probably windshield washer or oil or something, but that goes in there. I need, where are you at? Man. Only downside to when you have a bunch of the same color bricks, just kind of organize them. Oh yeah, front headlights are going to be these gray barrels, which is a fantastic use of a piece in a very odd and different way. Where are you at, parts? All right, I might come back to that in a minute, because cannot seem to find it, even though it should be in here. And honestly, it's probably more or less me just not seeing it because I'm looking at a sea of gray in front of me. All right, so let's go ahead and move this out of the way. And this will help out a lot because we're going to make basically the extension for the front bumper now. So that's where you at. This piece, this nice little gunmetal gray pieces, which is an unusual color. These are an unusual color piece. I don't actually think I have any other color or any other pieces in this gunmetal color except for like the little studs. I have a couple in that like that, but that's it, which is fantastic. Like I said, I love the fact that as I've been going through, when I went through and built this, I would find like odd colors and stuff like that because it just differentiates the set from a lot of the other ones that come before it, you know? And turn the page. I feel like Metallica. Turn the page. Anyways. Sorry. I should not be laughing at my own jokes. But I am. Oh, sorry. Not really, but I am. All right. Yeah, okay. This piece is here, right? Go up front. These are fun too. They're usually gray, I find them, but these plates with the studs on it like this, the long ones, those are nice pieces to have in your collection if you can get them. If you're gonna like do your own building sets, because they help to offer different ways to build things. They give you a chance to like the Star Wars sets and like a lot of space sets. You'll find that when they're going for those weird greebly or side details, they'll have a lot of these so you can stick stuff on there, or even just to give it the studded look on it, so it just looks different. All right, where you at? There it is. All right, so it looks like they're going to have me start building up some of the bumper now. Not too much, though, because reasons and things. They want to keep you in suspense. I don't know. Actually, probably just because it's just easier to do it this way. All right. And then 1, 2, there's number 3, just 3 more to go. 1, 2 Z's, and 3. Okay, and then this goes here. And then this one goes here, and then this will go on later, but Ecto-1 license plate for the front. Then these go up here. This goes here. Give me 1 sec. I need to drink my man juice, my coffee. Where am I now? This, and then those. Okay. All right, and then we're actually going to build the lamps first, it looks like the back of the lamps. So we'll turn this around. This goes on. Then a blue one. And then a gray one. Well, not a gray one, but a gray piece. Will go on. So one of these. And then you complete the look with one of these. So it gives a appearance of being rounded all the way through, which is kind of fun. I like those little fun touches when they're like, yeah, we promised that this was round the whole way through. It's not lying. Yeah, don't look underneath the curtain. And then this, and then we need, where you at? This one. And then we need this one. That's. And then license plates. Goes on. And some blue toppers. That. All right, so the barrels were cool. So what you're going to take is take the barrel, and in the barrel you take basically an all-black head. You usually see them with stuff like stormtroopers. We'll usually have it. There's going to get a clear one on top. You're going to put a little white one with the little like dealy bob there on the thing, and it actually fits in this way, so that the post goes through the bottom of the hole of the barrel. And then we just kind of fit it on here. And that ends up becoming the headlights. So just do that 3 more times. And we'll have 4 headlights. Two more barrels. Okay, I resisted the urge. I was going to sing the... For some reason, I was thinking of the Barrels of Monkeys from like when we were kids, the toys. And the commercial popped in my head, and I had a sudden urge to sing the song. I don't know why I feel like singing so much today. It is a problem. But it's mostly a problem for my daughter, who rolls her eyes and looks at me like I'm trying to murder many small children whenever I sing. All right, so headlight setup. Oh, did they do? Oh, that's true. I forgot. Boba Fett did have an all-black head too, actually. I believe when they did the... So these will actually... Sorry to interrupt my own thought there. These will actually be used again later. You'll actually take them off, but for now, they're going to use this to help support the piece when you attach it to the car. What was I about to talk about? Oh, yes. The not Boba Fett, Jango Fett figure, I think they did, when they released them, I think they did it with actual clone soldier head, since they're supposed to all be the same guy, basically. That is still a thing, right? Boba Fett is supposed to be a clone of Jango Fett. They didn't change that, did they? All right, where are you at, piece? There it is. Turn it over. Make sure I'm doing it on the correct side when I go to do it. Yes. This. And like this. Yes. No, maybe. Yeah. I do not recall what this is being built for offhand, other than part of the hood. Yeah, still think, okay, good. Good, because if it wasn't a thing, I was going to be very confused. I think it's interesting that that was a thing to me, because it kind of makes it hard for anyone to ever play the role of Boba Fett again without having to explain he looks different because of plastic surgery, if they ever decide to show his face or anything like that. It's, oh, he changed his look up, or terrible blaster burns. And then I remember before Disney took over and did the whole wipe of some of the expanded universe stuff. I had. Oop, I screwed up. Let's see here. So there, and it goes like this. I had some of the books, and one of them was about how Boba Fett was saved from the Sarlacc pit by Dengar. Kind of deal. Like, and Dengar didn't even know that it was Boba Fett or something like that. It was weird. I just remembered it for some reason because it was a interesting way they got him out. Like, there was a Jedi or something that had been eaten by the Sarlacc pit at one point, and so the Jedi was talking to Boba Fett, and that was part of what, besides the fact that the Sarlacc takes forever to eat its prey, was part of what kept Boba Fett sane while it was happening, was the fact that, the dang it, the Jedi was talking to him, gave him a way to, not be super lonely or something like that, I guess. That's just to fill in the gap so it looks a little prettier. And then this will actually show us exactly how long this set's going to end up being. So it is a very long set. All right. And this is actually going to be, I believe, the front grill section. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what this is. All right. And then once we finish up this step here, not this step, but the stuff that's in front of me here, we'll call it a day for me on this. Gonna need to stop talking for a little while. Blabbing all the time is something that I do, it seems like, but it is something that so far away. All right, and then so this is going to go in here, right here, right here, like that. All right. Now we're starting to cook with fire or gas or whatever you want to say. Yeah, I would hate to be in the Sarlacc, because does it keep it alive for 10,000 years or what? I mean, that's what I think I was curious about the most. But the reason why the Jedi was in the pit, I believe that her body was pretty much fully digested, and so it was just a spirit manifestation of her force or whatever that was left in the book. It's been a long time since I read that book, so I couldn't even tell you. Pretty sure it's somewhere in my garage. So this is the part that took forever, it felt like, when I was doing it originally. Sticking on all these little grill pieces. because they're so small. And my fingers are not so small. But it looked real pretty when it was done. So it was worth it. Like I said, I was very, very impressed by this whole Lego set. When I first had it, and I first built it. Oh, backwards. Yeah, you can kind of start seeing the grill as it goes along like that. Okay, and then we need 1, 2. So far, this is 2 per stack with 4 each side, so this is 16. The next direction calls for 24 more of these things to go on there, which is a stack of 3, 8 times. Okay, that's 1, 2 stacks. Skip a spot and do 2 more stacks. Yeah, this is, I know, super exciting. I don't know how you guys are just standing still, not running around your house, screaming from the rooftops that the grill is coming along. 2, 3. 3 more stacks of 3. So 1, 2. In the end, for me, I think what made it worth it was the look of it, but just putting it together is honestly a little bit of a pain. All right, last 2. So what, 16 and 24, so 16, 24, that is 36, so 40 altogether. 40 skates altogether on this thing. And then it gets a little light. Kind of. There we go. 1, 2. 1. Why's it got to be clear ones? 2. Then we take this piece and like this on this side. That, and then on the other side, same thing. And then we take gold jumpers. And they go here. Here. And now we just cap it off. And it makes the grill. Come on, you. Don't fall apart. Whew. I almost shot little skates across the room. This thing also is getting actually kind of heavy. All right, so you go in here like this and attach like so. There we go. So there we go. And it looks really nice. Like I said, it ends up being a pain to put together, but it ends up looking so nice when you do put it together. So we got this. All right. I think this will probably be the last of it. Just about. This is the engine. or what they're using to simulate the engine. Oh, where you at? This and that. Turn you back. We'll throw you on there. You go on here. And then we get to stick these on. The Cadillac logo will stick along where these little C-clips are. So I bought this when it came out. I think the 14th I bought it, and it came not long after. These just stick right on here. Yeah, I'll show you it's a sticker. Unfortunately, I would love it to be printed, but nice little Cadillac's logo. All right. So this piece. There's that. And you go there. Oh no. There we go. This is another interesting thing they did. So this is at an angle, and because that's at an angle, this, when you lock it down, it actually ends up being at kind of like an angle as well. Doesn't matter in the end because I just broke it off. No, because it just ends up being covered to smooth it out a little bit. But still, it's kind of a cool little touch. Like that. This, and then a long black piece across top. Then there we go. This goes here. This will go here. Then on one end, we're going to stick this piece. That goes out through here. This goes on here. And we stick this. Like that. And then this goes over on the other end. All right, so this goes here. And then we start sticking on some wheel pieces. Like that. And this one goes on this end. And then there's a little one that goes on the bottom. I saw it. I know I saw it earlier. There it goes. And then we just feed the belt through this side and through here. And we're going to do the same thing with the other belt piece. This side and then around it like that. So like I said, it ends up, and it actually turns. Not like you're going to actually turn it like that, but it's a thing. All right. And then we stick the engine in. And that'll go right here. like so. So yeah, it ends up looking nice in there. And then we are going to install the battery, which is a weird thing to say. Make sure I'm putting it. I'm going to turn this so I'm kind of doing it correct. Like that. And then this goes on this side. Here. No, sorry, this side here. So I only know it was the battery when I put on this and this, a positive and negative. Like I said, just really cool little touch. And now I need a thing to do a thing for a thing. Let's see. Like so. This goes across like so. Lots of like so's when I build things. And here we go. This is for here. So this is like your radiator. Very cool little touch. And that's just to fill in the gap. So lots of little fun little touches that it does that were unexpected to me. All right, let's move you out of the way again. And we're going to build a wheel well. Especially unexpected when I build something and I'm like, oh, I kind of know what this part is for in the car. This is the vroomy part. This is the part that lets you get the vroomy. Red. So this will go on the red side. Which I think is the... Oh, yeah. Anyways, as long as I put it together properly, well, it doesn't matter, right? Right. Turn it this way, and then this. We need this. Like so. And goes across the bottom of it. Down here. Oh, I see. I see how you're working. Like that. So, wheel well. Very, very well designed, Leroy. Oh, Jesus Christ. 2 hands now. I did not... I'm not able to one-hand this beast anymore. So... this will actually go on, like I said, this is a wheel well. It's going to go on this side here, like this. So... ends up looks good. Fills it in very nicely. And now we're going to build the other wheel well. Same thing, just mirrored. Two. And then we take the black, the green one. So yeah, like I told them before, Christina, that the sometimes they'll designate what side of the vehicle you're going to be putting something on by including a little bit of a color like this green here or the red. Some colors are used to denote that it's kind of going down the middle of the car, or that it's going to be the same on both sides of the car. which I think is more for the designer than the person building it. I mean, that way, there we go. Less chance of you forgetting a part or something like that when you're designing it, the instructions. And that, and then we're going to put it on this side. This way. Keep putting them on backwards. Right, so that fills in that spot. And then we're going to lock it in place on both sides. And a nice long piece here, which will help also hold it in place. Come on, you. See? Now they're locked in there really good. Nice and tight. And then we're just going to take some blue to fill in the spots. So when I first started like really building Lego, I used to think that they used the colors just because maybe it was cheaper than printing, you know, a bunch of what's it called? A bunch of the same color pieces or whatever. But honestly, it was just I couldn't get these parts of the gray tiles apart from the headlight pieces here, so that'll just have to do. But it's not so much that it's more expensive, it's just so that when the person putting it together or the instruction book designer too makes it easier for them to ensure that they don't miss a step or you miss a step and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. So yeah, I got a nice front of the car going there. Hey, Uni, welcome back. Almost done, actually, with this. Just the last couple steps here, which is putting like little finishing touches on the engine. There we go. Oh, that's what's wrong. Should be 2 on this. Getting complacent. Making errors. There we go. Now it sticks out better. All right, so there's that. There's that. I think that's it. Yep, that's it. That's everything for this. So this is where we're at now. So next week we'll do bags 8 and 9. And it's just 3 more bags after that. Next week we'll be putting the... Well, I can actually kind of show you here. So this goes on here. It goes on here. And then it'll hook up... The battery cables will actually hook up to like a starter back here on the car. So yeah, that's the engine. Like I said, lots of nice little touches on even just the engine, the shifter, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's everything for that little car there. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. I hope you all had a nice, relaxing time, just chilling out. Next Sunday, we'll be back at 1. This week, I had to help, like I said, I was helping a friend move, so I had to delay a little bit. Thanks for coming. I'll see you guys later. Be good.